Satan's system. And most people would do what? They would choose the mark of the beast to keep what? That image. That image that was afforded in Rome that was wounded, and the image of the earth that all the earth copy is what? The image of the American lifestyle. What a setup. What a setup. We worked all of our lives to build up this image, and now we're met with what? A choice. We're met with a choice. That was a deception. The choice now lies with, must I give all this up? Or better yet, what can I do to sustain it? I've worked all my life for this life, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to keep this image. Well, Satan has a plan. He gave you the image for a time, total freedom and liberty to operate under his world. Right? Then it says right here, and it says, let me go straight to it. The 15th verse, 13 and 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of that beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you don't want to do what? Comply to the lifestyle afforded to you by the Masonic system, by the Masonic grid, then guess what? They say, guess what? You die then. We won't allow you to eat. We will not allow you to drink. You cannot partake in Satan's kingdom against his kingdom. You must show your obedience through a badge of servitude. And this is what Christ showed John. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. That mark, it tells you right here in the Greek, charagma. Charagma in the Greek. Sometimes you have to go into that Greek and get those words. In the Old Testament is the Hebrew, New Testament is the Greek. Get those words to see what it means in context. And that's why I'm able to break it down to you according to how it was shown, right? Not according to how the Christian church is trying to deceive people concerning the apocalyptic time through Roman theologian deception. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to read this Bible and go into the original words and definitions to figure out what God is saying. Guess what? The Bible is simple. Like I said in the Hebrew and Bible Academy commercial, it's man that make understanding him hard. Just read the words and understand the words. Is that clear? It's easy to comprehend when man is not in the way deceiving you. So what is that mark? It tells us the word mark is charagma. Charagma. A scratch. That means something breaks the skin. Or etching. Something breaks the skin. This is what Christ is showing John on the Isle of Patmos. And it says a scratch or etching. An etching is under the skin. That is a stamp of servitude, a badge of servitude. It must be something that the world powers recognize for your obedience to the beast, who is Satan. Who is Satan? Or you can't go to school. You will be humiliated. You got to walk around wearing a mask, cover your face, which is really, I showed in many lessons, that's really a psychological form of torture. They did this, and that's right. In Iraq, when they invaded Iraq. The first thing they did was blindfolded some of the people and made the women wear masks as a form of humiliation. Psychological warfare. Anyone tell you, even during slavery, they would put yokes around our mouths as a form of torture. They'll shame you and make it where here it is. You go outside. You can't really get your fashion together or whatever the case is. You can't even smile at other people. That's torture, folks. They're like, listen, you can go out and do all that if you're willing to take the badge of servitude. Now, why am I going here? The badge of servitude. News. More will be covered in the Hebrew and Bible Academy this coming Sunday. The rival of Elon Musk. And let me tell you, Elon Musk is in with this too. Okay. He's picking up on the technological side where who? You got it. Where Steve Jobs left off. But they're going to play the good cop, bad cop scenario. Okay, Elon Musk has his hands. He's one of their lieutenants also. Rival of Elon Musk, Neuralink, cleared by FDA to test brain chips in humans. Now, they've been doing this. They've been doing this, folks, since the 70s. Matter of fact, before that, since the Vietnam War, they've been putting chips in people. See, but the FDA can only approve it for what? You got it. Regular citizenship as consumers of it. But here it is. If you have ever been enrolled in the army or military, any military, you lose your sovereign rights as a citizen. So under that, they can do all types of things without the restrictions that a citizen would have afforded under their country's law. They've always chipped military people and all that. When you get a chance, if you haven't seen the movie already, check out Denzel's Washington movie, Manchurian Candidate. But now they're looking to roll this out for the world. This is from The Observer. Rival of Elon Musk, Neuralink, cleared by FDA to test brain chips in humans. This was the plan the whole time. Now, I didn't need Elon Musk or The Observer or Modern Day News to tell me this was going to be approved. Why? Because Christ told John that this would be approved in the Bible. Okay? When you go to Revelation 13, it tells us in 16, he causeth all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their foreheads. In their foreheads. And when you go to foreheads in the Greek, now for all you people who claim that the Bible was tampered with and the Bible isn't real, give us some understanding out of any book that have prophesied this, what we're talking about today. 100% accuracy from any book that have ever been penned on earth. Man couldn't have done this by himself. So all that book was written by man. Man could not be this exact, 100%. 100% chronology concerning the end times. Impossible. Head, the face, the forehead. See, I didn't need them to tell me. For some of you, it might be groundbreaking news. It might be groundbreaking news for you all. But nearly 2,000 years ago, this was shown in a vision to John the Revelator. Right? John the Revelator seen this. Now, one other thing I want to say before I open up the calls, and I have a few announcements to make. Let me go here before I go there. One moment. Yes, right here. There's a company by the name of DARPA. Follow me here. We're bringing this around full circle to why now they're making mandates to turn citizens against one another by barring people out of social gatherings, pressuring companies to not allow people to come in if they don't follow the protocols of the beast. Now, of course, I was going to tie this around full circle. Bring it around full circle. DARPA. Now, for the sake of the algorithm, we're not going to call it something 19. We're going to put it in reverse. We're going to put it in reverse. We're going to call it Gocc 91, spelled backward. Gocc 91 spelled backward. So if you come in, if you need to say the word, it's Gocc 91 spelled backwards. Okay? Get around these algorithms. Also, if you're going to talk about the juice, you don't have to keep it on that, because when we check in, it's whatever you would like to talk about, even if you want to ask questions, right? If you would like to do so, make sure you call it the Jim Jones juice. But the Jim Jones juice is only a precursor. It's only a precursor for them implementing, that's right, the mark of the beast. This is just segueing into it. Now, there are a few beta tests. All of the juice they're giving out doesn't have the same stuff in it. This is why they had different companies administer what one company could have administered. See? Johnson & Johnson, this, that, and the other. Why do you think they do that? To deceive and to confuse the people. And by doing so, also putting some of the real stuff out there to test the people who have gotten the real stuff, the beast stuff, the agent that will eventually be the last step in, that's right, in this world reset for Satan's children to be identified. It says the Defense Research Project Agency, DARPA, is a research and development agency of the United States Department of Defense, military, responsible for the development of emerging technologies for use by the military. Interesting. Originally known as the Advanced Research Projects Agency, the agency was created on February 7, 1958 by President Dwight D. Eisenhower in response to the Soviet launching of Sputnik 1 in 1957. Now, they always use this communist boogeyman as a pretext of creating technology that even Russia picks up to be used against their citizens. So it's the left-right paradigm, the red-blue paradigm. It's the good cop, bad cop. What really, it's Rome using both wings of the bird. Democracy and communism is no different than how they use it on a level to control citizens when they invoke or put out Democrat or Republican. But I digress. By collaborating with academia, industry, and government partners, DARPA formulates and executes research and development projects to expand the frontiers of technology and science, often beyond immediate U.S. military requirements. So they step in where the military of the United States leaves off. That means the technology of the United States has a ceiling. DARPA comes in and say, well, listen, we're going to advance what you're dealing with to the next level. Okay, you're out of your pay grade. It's time to speed up technology by us. That's right, taking control, using your technology and advancing it. The Economist has called DARPA. Now, this is from Wiki, folks. You can look this up yourself. It's out there. The Economist has called DARPA